Coming up, get your taste buds ready, folks. We're talking the tubular yogurt on the go. This week, it's Gogurt, and this is Most Xtreme Podcast.
Welcome to Most Xtreme Podcast, the show where we discuss and analyze the enigma that is 2000s pop culture. I am Jarrett Whitworth.
I'm Brett Ellison.
And I'm Jonathan Snowdy.
Today we are going to talk about everyone's favorite tube snack, Gogurt.
Totally tubular, boys.
We have a special guest with us, Abby Smith, actress, artist, and don't give her coffee.
Hello.
Hi.
I do want to know if Gogurt is the favorite tube snack. What are the other tube snacks?
Ice pops, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a snack though. It's a dessert.
What are those?
Well,
little,
Gogurt,
rolled,
as we'll talk about in a
Does it
second.
those like
cheese
rolled
stick count?
biscotti things that are filled with chocolate.
Those things?
That's
kind of
like a tube snack.
Okay, so y'all caught me. I might have overstepped in saying it was a favorite tube snack.
I was going to say it's the totally tubular topic of Gogurt, which Jonathan last week said, is this the topic that comes in a squeezable tube-shaped packet? When we were trying to give a hint at what the next week episode was. And like a little hint, and John's like, is this the one that comes in a squeezable tube-shaped packet? And I'm like, if that didn't give it up.
We are very happy to have cleared that up.
Yes.
For anyone.
Hey, Abby, you're our first guest on the show. Thanks so much for coming on.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're happy to have you here for sure.
Okay. Is tube a shape though?
Is this
Can something be
a
tube
question
shaped?
like one of those, is it a hot dog a sandwich things? Because I am
Oh,
not.
no. That's
I'm not
Declan.
getting into that.
That's Declan.
Okay.
I'm just concerned about the fact that tubes can be like an inner tube.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, sure.
Like,
Anything.
is it a tube if it's closed at both ends?
I think
think
it's
it's-
just.
Seems like it's
I
so-
think
It can
it's
be
just the
open.
packaging that makes it a tube.
It's anything I think
Which-
that is cylindrical.
We'll
I'm
get to
genuinely concerned
an
about
inner
the
tube-
shape of a tube.
An inner tube is technically a toroid or a torus,
Yeah.
like a
Yes,
donut.
torus.
Yeah. So
I have used Blender for 5 minutes, so I know that.
Which we'll get into in a second. You know, when we were talking about coming up with Most Extreme Podcasts and sort of the topics that we wanted to come up with, which most of the thing was talking about our TV shows or toys or movies or games, it was really hard to find food-related topics, but it was definitely something that came up, and it's interesting that Gogurt was like one of the first ones that came to mind. So, yeah. So when I gave you sort of a list of topics, Abby, and you immediately chose Gogurt, is there a reason?
I honestly don't remember anything else that was on the list, so I don't remember my rationale.
So it really stuck out.
But I guess so. Maybe I just really like yogurt. I don't know.
eating it by the sleeve
To be honest, the word itself is sleeve.
or whatever.
They come in a cardboard box. Okay, it's
gosh.
not a sleeve.
They come in
This
a
is gonna be a
plastic
wild one.
tube. That's the whole point.
We haven't really sealed the topic of tubes, and now you're bringing up sleeves, Jarrett. Really, really, it comes in more of a sleeve than a tube. honestly.
Okay, all right,
Anyways,
all right.
Wasn't that his
but
point?
the one thing I have to say,
I'm done. You got
is
me.
that I've probably had a non-frozen Gogurt less than 10 times,
Okay.
and I have had a lot of Gogurt.
And
So
most of
you
them are
always
frozen.
freeze them.
Always.
You always
We
freeze.
would freeze them as well.
I would freeze them to put them in my lunchbox, and then they'd still be cold. But
Right.
usually, to be honest, they'd be like half frozen, and then it's just gross when it's half frozen.
So
Crunching on that Gogurt.
For you though, Gogurt was like it doubled between a snack and an ice pack.
Oh, well, sort of, but mostly.
Mama, I ran into the door again. Here's some Gogurt. When it thaws out.
Mostly, it was like I was the child that always was sneaking something. There was at any given moment, I was always disobeying in one way, at least, usually more.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to snacks. Because we had dessert night 3 days a week. And other than that, we didn't get to have sweets unless it was like a special thing.
Right.
So the fact that I got to have a frozen yogurt tube,
Right.
shall we say,
Tube. Okay. Right.
in my snack was like, this is practically ice cream. This has sugar in it. It was like, dude, this is like basically dessert. So that was like, that's why Gogurt. It was, to be honest, I ate. It wasn't always in my snack because a lot of times we'd run out because I'd spend an afternoon every 5 minutes. Sneak outside. Of course, it's in the garage freezer.
She's
Sneak
chain
outside.
tubing. Just
Yeah.
one after the
I
other.
can quit whenever I want.
Are you snorting Gogurt at me?
We don't need to talk about middle school. It was a rough time.
Pink booger.
Which we'll definitely get into the health of Gogurt and like what the nutrition of it all, because it actually brings up some interesting facts going on later. But either of you, Jonathan, Jarrett, you guys have any background on Gogurt?
Just that we would have it from time to time. It was not quite as readily available as it might have been in the Smith household, but yeah, I'd have it from time to time. And we would freeze it too. I didn't know too many people that did that, but we would eat it frozen.
Okay.
Well. So it ended up kind of.
Did you? Okay, another snack that I didn't know until recently that a lot of people freeze. Did you ever freeze Thin Mints?
What?
Like the
Yeah.
Girl Scout cookies?
Yeah.
You've never done that?
No.
They taste way better.
We would freeze a lot of stuff.
Okay.
You ever had around Christmas time, the like white fudge covered Oreos?
I think Trader Joe's does a
No.
version of that.
I don't
that I've
view
had.
white chocolate as chocolate, so no.
That's okay. Just, that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, freezer, zebra cakes, freezer.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Zebra cakes aren't food.
Okay, here's a question for y'all. Did you guys grow up with 2 refrigerators, or like one in the garage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like the one inside's the nice fridge, the one outside is like
Just package
The
it.
old one?
5
Where
years
you keep
old.
like big bags
and
of
it's like the
ice
one
or-
like one of the legs is broken and it's kind of leaning.
I'm sorry. Do refrigerators have legs?
Yeah. Don't they? 'Cause
yeah,
they have to be
I
off
think
the
they
ground.
do.
You better go
Define
catch
them.
it.
What's the difference between a leg and a foot, though? Like, I'm imagining like
Length?
Well, if your
Really coming
refrigerator
at
has
top
Your
of
fridge
word
has
choices here
legs.
so far.
Maybe like bendable knees?
how high off the ground is the fridge?
Maybe an inch.
That's not a leg, man.
Okay, it's a
I
foot.
guess
I want to
the
see
the floor.
some deleted scene from Beauty and the Beast where there is the refrigerator with giant
But
legs sticking out.
What I'm
Is your
what I'm
refrigerator
hearing
running?
is that penguin
It's not.
You better go
fridges
catch
are a little
it.
bit like penguins. In that both of them don't have knees.
Okay, I will let you slide.
And that
with
they can also have an inventory of food and give it to you.
What penguins have
Don't you like
met?
penguins like feed their young because they like have
I
food in
mean,
them?
basically all birds swallow
kinda
food
all
and
the
then spit it up into.
regurgitation.
Yeah, the regurgitation. I mean, I hope my
What if
Saying I can put a tuxedo.
you know how
on my
people
fridge
feed
and-
like ducks at the park? Can you imagine if like ducks at the park tried to feed people?
Can you just tell me what you're imagining here? Because I don't.
ducks feeding people? Jared, are you okay?
That'd be the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Like, what are they trying? Like, duck food?
Well, like the ducks, you know, they find like
They're just flying up onto your shoulder
Yeah,
and
they
just
find
trying to
some-
get in your face
you know how like
so that they can vomit into your mouth. Is what is
Open your mouth!
Oh, that's not normal?
because you know how cats, as like a sympathy gesture for they think you're bad at hunting, so they bring
Yes.
you half a mouse or something for you to eat.
Not
so
a
you don't
whole mouse.
starve.
That's too much. It's like cutting your
Right.
grapes in half.
Well, they don't want you to get fat.
It's too late for that.
fattening mice.
So
All mice diet.
what if like ducks did the same thing? Anyway, Gogurt.
Yeah. So Gogurt.
Okay, so Jonathan, your background on Gogurt.
Yeah, we had it around the house a little bit. Not that often. I think I had it a few times as like a snack to take to school.
Okay.
Honestly,
I
we
had some birds feed me Gogurt from time to time.
We had
The packet just comes out of their throat like a Pez dispenser.
Jonathan likes to whistle like Snow White, and a duck flies on his shoulder and regurgitates Gogurt.
Why do you think they're getting all that bread at the park? They're bringing it to me.
He just whistles into the air. We're going downhill
my
already.
word.
Oh my gosh.
So for me,
Oh my gosh.
Gogurt is something that I never really had in the house. I don't think we ever had it because I think my family always considered it a little bit more of a treat than normal yogurt because of the sugar content. But we definitely had a lot of yogurt for sure.
Yeah, we always had yogurt cups more than anything.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a huge, in terms of like the yogurt that I eat like normally. I like a good Greek yogurt, like a Chobani or something like that.
Yeah.
Where you mix up the
Not
fruit.
a sponsor.
I tried to acquire a taste for that. It's
Is it
a
just too thick,
It's
or
a
what is
texture
it?
thing with,
Okay.
but it's not the yogurt. It's the fruit at the bottom. It's just
Weird.
so like, I don't know.
Is it too like slimy?
Yes.
Yeah.
And because it's not
yeah.
mixed in already with the
Yeah.
yogurt. Okay.
Yeah, but I
See,
do.
but I like that.
do eat Greek yogurt a lot.
Just plain Greek yogurt?
I put, I microwave frozen fruit and put it on plain Greek yogurt, and then I put chocolate granola on it,
Ooh.
and I pretend it's healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds good.
A
It's
classic
like
for us.
mostly chocolate granola, to be honest. And my mom is like, "That's expensive. Please get less." But I guess I haven't grown out of my childhood habit of trying to get as much sugar as possible.
Yeah.
What were you saying, John?
We always had yogurt with granola. That was our thing.
Okay.
You put the yogurt in a bowl, throw some granola on top. I took it a step further, and I pretty much used yogurt as a replacement for milk for any cereal.
Oh, wow.
Ew.
So yeah, just any.
I mean, if
maybe
it's
not
thawed
Fruit
out a
Loops,
little bit, that's not
but
terrible.
like,
Jarrett, any yogurt that you are fond of? In
No
general?
more than any other kind of yogurt.
Okay,
I
but
like yogurt.
do you have any in
I'll
the
eat
fridge
it.
now? Or
Currently, no. I have
No emotional
yogurt
attachment to yogurt.
in the fridge. No.
I will say there
Big
was
yogurt
always
killed my dad.
What?
there was always a debate in our household for like kids. You had the yogurt with the fruit on the bottom, and there was always a debate on whether you left the fruit on the bottom and you ate that fruit last, or you mix it in.
No, I mix it in.
you always
Every
mixed
time.
it in.
Yeah, always. It's for the flavor, I think. Now I
would
am
mix it in.
very interesting because
Okay.
you do it with cereal. I will eat just raw plain, like just raw no flavor yogurt.
Yogurt. Not even like vanilla.
like
You
just
don't
plain
cook it?
Like
yogurt.
Greek yogurt. Yeah, no, just raw.
He doesn't cook it. It's
No.
raw.
Well, here's the thing. When I lived in Japan, because I haven't mentioned that enough.
Did you live in Japan, Brett?
What? No.
Have you ever been out of the country?
Oh no.
Oh my goodness! Why didn't you tell us?
Oh, it's just been a long time coming. In Japan, they have a lot of sour cream. That's just not that common. So a lot of people, what they'll do for a substitution is like really raw, just plain yogurt, which is way healthier, and it honestly tastes the same.
We actually do that in my house just because whenever we buy sour cream, we don't use it enough to actually use it all up, and it goes bad.
Oh, that's a
so
good
just
point.
just out of laziness to not have to buy sour cream, we use the yogurt instead.
Have you ever considered putting cereal on top of it? I'm not saying that'll be good. Just a question. Might be a way to-
Absolutely
Sour
not.
cream?
That was more to test you.
Like soggy cereal is already a problem, and yes, it'll get more soggy in milk, but like in
Yeah.
yogurt, you can't see it all. It's
but you just put it on the top, and so you get like a few spoonfuls.
No.
of it, and you pour more.
I just
adds
from
that-
the bottom of my soul, I reject this
but
concept.
it adds that much needed crunch.
What?
But you never put
What
like
crunch?
the other one like grape nuts.
If
don't
I
have
I
any
hate
flavor.
grape nuts. Don't get me started on grape nuts. My dad is like, they're so good. I'm like, this is disgusting. Don't make me eat gravel.
gravel,
Listen.
whoa.
It's like
going back
It
to
is-
it's like fish food.
going back to
It
birds.
looks like fish food.
That's a good
Birds
point.
eat gravel because
What?
they don't have
I'm
teeth.
sorry. Say this again.
Yeah,
Start again.
Going back to birds, birds eat gravel because they don't have teeth. They can't
Right.
chew anything, so they keep like gravel in their. There's a special pouch like in their throat that they use to help chew up food.
Like a dryer ball?
Sure.
I don't know. That's why. That's what I thought.
Is that why I saw a pigeon in the cereal aisle buying grape nuts?
It's been known to happen.
Oh man.
All right.
Here's a random question: Where do you guys have a grocery store that they are particularly fond of compared to others?
Have you ever been to Li Ming?
The Chinese
um,
supermarket. Yeah, that place is
yes.
fun. You been to H Mart?
Yes, once.
Which is like the
but
upscale Korean version.
Yeah.
I have a
They're
Chinese
huge in
friend
Los
who doesn't
Angeles.
have a car, and like
Yeah, Li Ming's rules.
has been begging me to take him to Li Ming.
The funny part is that like Li Ming's, most of it is imported, like Asian cuisine, and then they'll just have like randomly like Hidden Valley Ranch,
It's so funny.
and they're all like, "Yeah, we love this stuff.
it's great.
It's ranch, man."
Everybody loves ranch.
But yeah, first time seeing a duck with his head still on it.
Oh, Peking
Which
duck,
Oh.
delicious.
So funny. That's the first thing I thought of when you said about ducks, like trying to feed people. I was like, what? Like offering themselves? Like, here, roast me.
Oh.
It also makes me think of
that got
Uncle
dark.
Iroh. Like first,
Okay.
first let me
right.
finish my roast duck.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Roast duck is
I know
really
exactly
good.
what you're talking about.
What I
Jared,
think of
Jonathan, do you have
every
a
time.
grocery store that you go to?
I just go to Harris Teeter because it's closest to
Okay.
where I live.
Yeah, about the same. Or it's a toss up between Harris Teeter and Target.
Okay,
Not sponsored.
I'm a Trader Joe's guy.
Oh yes. I
fan.
could go to Trader Joe's for fun. Just like
I have.
I don't need to get anything. I do. You know, I feel like we
I've done
actually
it.
went.
No, okay. So
Once-
I remember what happened is that we went to go see Jurassic World at a outdoor movie theater, and we went to Trader Joe's ahead of time and just bought snacks. That's it. We
It
didn't
was
buy anything
great.
else. It was awesome. Except the worst part about that whole story, I might as well tell the whole story, is that we bought some like yogurt covered
Yep.
raisins. And so we just had like a picnic blanket. We were all sitting outside this outdoor movie theater watching Jurassic World, which I had never seen. And our mutual friend Quinn was sitting in front of me, and we're all laying down, and the snacks are kind of dispersed around this picnic blanket.
And it's dark.
And it's dark out, and we're watching this movie, and the yogurt covered raisins are just inches close to my feet. And Quinn is in front of me, so he's reaching behind him to grab the yogurt covered raisins and grabs my toes every time. Maybe 5 times.
I mean, they look pretty similar.
So if you're a random group of people watching Jurassic World as outboard movie theater, you're saying, "We got to get these raptors." You never know. Quinn, would you stop that? At least
Grabbing my toes and
would
then
you stop grabbing
immediately
my toes?
grabbing the.
You're hearing me
That's
shout
hilarious.
in this theater like 5 times.
I don't know if I knew that happened.
You don't remember that? I was yelling.
I don't remember that. Maybe I was immersed in the movie. I don't know.
I
All I
recently-
remember was eating too many of those.
I recently got some of those the tub of mini chocolate chip cookies from Trader Joe's.
Oh, those
It
are
is-
good.
It is mostly gone now. I just house those.
Have you had the Trader Joe's peanut butter cups?
Yeah, those are good too.
They are
Yeah.
the best thing.
Yeah. Well, this is not a Trader Joe's podcast. Can I get? We'll do that another
That's
time.
next.
What is the topic of this podcast?
Yeah, Gogurt. Can I do a real
we're
quick?
mentioning-
So I got. So can we do a real quick? I'll do a real
Nope.
quick history of Gogurt real
Please.
quick. Because citypages.com is sort of, so if you go to the Wikipedia for Gogurt, which we'll get into later because it is interesting.
Okay.
Gogurt
But essentially,
lore.
there was about the history of Gogurt. So there's a kind of an article from citypages.com that was sort of doing a bunch of research on sort of how Gogurt was invented. So here we go. So Stephen Kaufman of Green Bay, Wisconsin, shout out Go Packers.
Go Packers.
And a food scientist named Jim McGuire were both research and development technicians at General Mills in the 80s. So General Mills, of course, huge company, makes pretty much almost everything on the cereal aisle and yogurt,
So
all that
that's
stuff.
the connection.
There's
for
already the
Jonathan.
connection.
Wait, no, I deny it.
They were made for each other.
no.
Yeah. So back in the 80s, the pair was tossing around new products ideas to pitch to General Mills for the marketing team. This is a quote from Kaufman saying that one of us had the idea, why don't we just put yogurt in a ice pop tube and freeze it, but with a different container instead of just the plastic. So he and McGuire didn't want more of a runny yogurt in a floppy tube. They wanted it to be hard. So they spent a really long time sort of making a process of a yogurt that was ultra creamy and that would be dense enough that you could put inside of we call them tubes now?
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, and so once they had come up with the yogurt idea, they presented the idea to General Mills. An engineering company was extremely hesitant from the very beginning, saying that it was too much time and it was too much money to figure out how to get the packaging, which they hadn't even thought of at the time because they were working so much on the density and sort of the recipe for Gogurt at the beginning.
Science.
Question.
But that's what's up.
Did they not have like ketchup packets?
Well, here's the idea: is that
Which is basically the same thing.
So Kaufman was at a hotel, and he noticed that they had like that you would have like shampoo and other toiletries in pouches, like little tiny pouches.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, "Why don't they just do the same? If we can do the same thing with like personal care products, can we do the same thing with yogurt?" So he and
shampoo
and McGuire, yeah, they found online, or I don't know where they found it, but they found a machine that could make the packages and like basically did a prototype version of like almost like a shampoo container, like a tiny one of how to like get yogurt in like a tube.
Oh.
And so they went to a meeting with the engineers saying like, who were like, oh, this is not going to work. And they like essentially threw them in the boardroom at them. Like, see, yeah, we proved it worked.
Physically attacking them with their ideas.
Yeah. And General Mills still didn't take the idea.
You want to know what you're investing in? You're investing in this.
That's my style.
Yeah, but they threw. But so Gogurt was put on hold, and because it didn't have enough of the preliminary sales that numbers needed from General Mills to launch a new product. So Kaufman had left the company in 1992, so he had no say with the product until it launched in 1998. But then now it's kind of launched and been a success ever since.
Gogurt's older than me. That's so weird.
Well, here's an interesting thing: is that Gogurt is what it's called in America, but in Canada it's called Yoplait tubes.
That's very Canadian.
Which Yoplait is like the yogurt brand of General Mills.
And can we talk about what it's called in the UK?
Yeah,
Froobs?
What?
Froobs.
Froobs.
Yeah.
I am the worst person to do a podcast with, to be honest. My volume levels
Froobs.
just.
Well, we're sorry if you're driving
Can you
and then
spell that?
Froubes.
Froobs.
I'd also
Exactly
like to
how I
point out
imagined it
that
being
there's a spin-off of Froobs called
Oh.
Froobs Physics, which is
Which we're going to talk about that in a second because
We're
I
gonna
have a
talk-
lot about that.
Okay.
But I wanted
Oh
to first
my
talk about when we talk
gosh.
about Froobs. It's just
Cut me
Gogurt.
off.
There's no taste difference at all. But I want to show Froobs the packaging. This is really creepy.
what?
I mean, that's definitely the time period.
No, this is the current day packaging.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it
No.
fits, though.
It's
No,
like
this is
okay
right
for
now.
people at
That's
home.
bizarre.
For people at home who can't see it, it's essentially like one of those like floppy things that
Yeah.
you see at car dealerships, but with giant bulging eyes and teeth.
And it's like screaming.
Yeah, it's screaming like Froobs. I don't know.
So
what
it's like you're
saying.
sucking the life out of it.
Yeah.
So
Suddenly seeing this packaging has reminded me that for a long time they had them where it was like a little window in it, and when you opened it, it would be a joke inside after you ate it.
Right.
And I just randomly remembered that, and now I really want to like
I'd
have
never
that
knew
again.
Well, another thing I wanted to share because there's a lot of really strange like mascots and stuff for kids things, which we'll get to in a second.
definitely.
But yeah, I wanted to share Capri Sun, which we'll definitely do as a topic.
Oh my!
yeah.
They have very strange like mascot faces. This is what Capri Sun looks like in Ireland when I was in Ireland.
Oh.
Also with the creepy like uncanny valley face.
I don't like it.
Here's what it looks like in France.
That looks like the
Even more creepy.
Kool-Aid Man.
That looks like the
yeah.
Yeah, with like
Oh my
human
God.
teeth.
Oh, that looks like the Cheshire Cat.
It looks
Yeah.
like the
Like that first
Oh.
iteration of Sonic the Hedgehog.
the Cinnamon Toast
terrifying.
Crunch
oh yes,
mascots that are always trying to eat each other.
but they're like supposed to be creepy.
Right.
What's funnier
they
than
eat each other.
cannibalism?
I don't know, man.
I can't think of anything. Off the top of my head. I would need some more
All
time,
these
but
writers in a comedy room. Now, what's funnier than cannibalism?
In this episode, Jerry and Elaine are considering cannibalism.
Michael Scott has decided that cannibalism is the best way. No.
Oh my gosh.
I actually had a question for you, Abby. So
Yes.
normally on Most Extreme Podcast, every guest gets a prize. Would you like your prize now?
I mean, yes.
Okay, because I kind of wanted to see if we wanted to do almost like a taste test
A taste test.
now.
Okay.
Is that okay? You're going to be so shocked at what your prize
I'm-
is. Hang on one sec.
Okay, now I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
He's been to too
Yogurt
many
and
Asian
grape nuts.
countries.
Just grape nuts.
Just grape nuts. 4 different
my
flavors
gosh.
of grape nuts.
Yeah, all 4 flavors. Fiber, cardboard, dust,
The
and
funny
dirt.
thing is,
rabbit.
I don't know if we ever really bought name brand. We always got store brand.
So Gogurt O's or something.
No, I don't even know what they called it.
Jogurt.
Jogurt. What?
You know, if you how like Trader Joe's doesn't have Oreos,
Oh,
they have
yes,
like Joe's O's or
yes.
something.
Just don't get it on the equipment. So yeah,
It
it's a
will
box
be.
of Gogurt. Yay!
Yogurt covered raisins. Meet yogurt covered Mike.
Do you want to? Would you like to maybe explain these since Jarrett, you're the one who brought them?
Explain
What we have.
Well, look
with
at that
us.
sleeve.
We have, yeah, look at this pristine packaging. No, I went for the, and it's got the little minions on it.
Yep.
Sucker for the merchandising.
Yep.
Our two flavors are Strawberry Mayhem
Oh.
and how I said Be-Do Berry.
I think it's Bedo Berry.
There's some contention.
I mean, it's spelled dough.
Let's ask a minion right now. Let's call
But
him up.
You would
it's
spell
really-
dough.
1-800.
It's just D-O.
Is the sound either of those, though? It's kind of something between dough and do.
It's blueberry. Okay.
Yeah, we got strawberry and blueberry. All right, let's chill out. Let's not be too...
I think it's just a problem with how they wrote it. I don't want to choose. Just give me one.
There's only two flavors, and you're going to have them both.
We're giving you the whole
The
box.
point of the taste test is to
Give me
have...
a whole box. Okay.
There's one of each.
Stressful.
And you threw all these sleeves at me.
They're tubes.
Can I go? So can I share some of the flavors that are, I guess, have been done?
Yeah.
A lot of them are strawberry. Like that's pretty much their guaranteed flavor is strawberry.
Yes.
Fruit punch, melon, cotton candy, peach, blueberry, grape. That's pretty much the big ones. And sometimes they like to mix them together with like vanilla, cherry. But yeah.
Kids under 5 may have difficulty swallowing frozen Gogurt low-fat yogurt. Please be sure to thaw before serving.
Would you be able to give us a taste test? Y'all are welcome to have one too.
Oh, yeah.
Those are mine. You can.
This is our podcast.
You did throw some at me. Yeah, you're in our yard.
What is a gift?
Y'all are welcome. I'm actually not doing sugar at the moment, but y'all are welcome to.
There's no sugar in these.
I am doing sugar.
Are you sure about that?
I got the sugar-free ones.
Are you sure about that?
Oh,
Oh
extra
my
sugar.
gosh, this tastes like 3rd grade.
Oh, did you get like a in Ratatouille the Iago's flashback? Just childhood.
Total sugars. 22 grams. Included sugars, or included added sugars, 18 grams.
Now, is that for the whole box or is that per
That is for
per tube?
that is for 3 tubes.
Yeah.
Oh, for 3 tubes. Okay.
And I will note they say on the box they call them
Don't
tubes.
laugh and spit it all out.
So how's the taste?
Tastes like blueberry.
How would you describe the texture?
I like it so much better frozen. See, part of this is why I like it frozen. This is like 5 seconds max?
That is my biggest problem with Gogurt is that it literally lasts like 2
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
So that's the
It's
main reason I
delicious. It
would
is
freeze
good.
them is because I want it to last more than like one gulp, I guess. I don't know. And that's also why I would eat a whole box in an afternoon.
Right,
And my
because you
mom was like,
could.
you need to stop.
Right. I think for me, in terms of like snacks that I splurge on, maybe Cheez-Its is the biggest one. 'Cause
Oh my gosh.
Those are so addicting. I think they must. I want to know why they're so addicting. But
One time
those
I
are
made
like,
a
you can eat whole
babysitter
box.
quit
So-
by dumping a box of Cheez-Its in the backyard.
All right. Well,
You
she needs
know
to be
them.
fired.
There's-
Wait,
Dude,
what?
that's your next door neighbor.
What?
Yeah. They just mysteriously got busy, and I was like, "Well, we were those children that
gosh.
were like, please, we need a babysitter."
Jonathan, what were you gonna say real quick?
I was just
I know
gonna
they're
add
bad,
real
we'll pay
quick
you a
that
lot.
there's 50 calories per tube.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's not that bad.
they are kind of, yeah.
Did we want to talk about? Oh, I wanted to say one thing. So, like when they first started out, Gogurt had this guy who was like on all their boxes. He's this like kind of
Yes,
He
strange
I
looks
looking
like
remember
guy.
that.
string cheese.
Yeah, he looks like string cheese. He
remember
has
that.
really strange eyes. He has giant hair. that looks like cheese, and he's always carrying
on
it.
a
His eyes are just
skateboard?
kind of beady. Yeah, he's on a skateboard,
He
super
looks a
2000s.
little bit like Bart Simpson.
Because Gogurt, the
Or
appeal
Calvin
was
from
like
Calvin
yogurt
Hobbes.
on the go, so it
Oh.
would support an
Right.
active
I
lifestyle.
want to know
On
why
his-
the box beneath the top one says new portable yogurt.
That's just one. This one right here is one of the first ones they've ever made.
Okay.
This is like one of the first boxes.
Because since it's below the other one, it seems like it's like new. The new kind of Gogurt
No,
is
that's
portable.
my
Like more. Okay. Anyways,
His shirt right here says "Lose the spoon."
Lose the spoon.
So-
Okay, because that
well, I
brings
mean,
me
you
into
can do
something I
that with
want
the cups too.
I want to talk about this
Yeah, what's up?
because they're saying it's portable when like a cup of yogurt is perfectly sealed.
Right.
Like you can stick that in a lunchbox, you can stick it in your pocket, you can do whatever, you know. You got cargo shorts, you got room for like 6 cups of yogurt. So I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can take that anywhere you want.
Two
It's
words.
very portable.
Women's pants.
What?
Touche.
Pockets, man. Anyways,
Anyway, yeah, so yogurt in a cup is not like it's not portable. The only difference is the spoon. You don't have to take a
Right.
spoon with you. But I want to talk about that because I'm thinking like, okay, if you have yogurt in a cup, you're throwing away the cup anyway. So you might as well bring like a plastic spoon to throw away. And for Gogurt, you're still throwing away like a plastic bag. So what
so now it's a bag.
is there a benefit?
Yeah, not very biodegradable, not very
Yeah.
environmentally friendly. That's true. Like this, if we're giving Gogurt a rating, that definitely like brings it down at least a half a step.
That's still more portable than a
You think so?
cup of yogurt and
I
a
think
spoon.
well,
How?
if you have a lunchbox,
It does fit
it's-
much better.
It fits perfectly. It's almost like if you were playing like a Tetris game of like trying to put everything in. A Gogurt can pretty much fit anywhere on it, because it's so diagonal.
Yeah.
Unless
I
you
see
have
that
a
'cause
flat
it's like-
lunchbox, you can't put it upright.
Yeah. You got to put it across the diagonal, the hypotenuse, along the side of the triangle.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of like you know how sometimes marathon runners have like the like little gels
yeah.
that they like will like immediately like,
Power
squirt
gel.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe next time I run a marathon, I'll just have
Gogurt
Sugar shot.
fueled by
Beto Berry.
Oh my god.
Beto.
Thank you.
Do we want to talk about physics?
Heck no.
Not physics like not the.
I have finally
Sure,
gotten
yeah.
past
Not the
all of the
sub-
math classes I have to take.
No,
I do not want to go back.
F-I-Z-Z-I-X.
What we're talking about
What?
is the 2006 product available in the UK called Froob's Physics.
And the US.
And the US?
Well, was it called Froob's Physics in the U.S.?
Physics.
A carbonated yogurt snack.
Uh,
Brett, can you explain why this was made?
Yes. Okay. So, physics is a invention by a man named Lynn Ogden, who was a professor of food science at Brigham Young University. Some of you also know as BYU in Provo, Utah.
Yep.
He first tasted the sensation of carbonated yogurt when he threw a block of dry ice into a bucket of yogurt more than 20 years ago. Inspired by the process for making homemade root beer, the dairy specialist had wondered how yogurt would taste after gas bubbled through it. Years
like you
later,
do.
he brought the concept to his BYU laboratory, and he and his students experimented with the idea. It wasn't until Ogden tasted a batch that he had retained its carbonation overnight while it's stored in a plastic soda bottle that he had thought he had had a shot to succeed as a commercial product. Ogden obtained a patent in 1997 and finally found an interested licensor at General Mills in 2006. BYU receives 55% of the royalties, which go toward BYU's mentoring program and research, while Ogden receives the rest. Physics was available in 6 flavors, which are only the 4 that I could find are strawberry lemonade, wild cherry, strawberry watermelon, and blue raspberry rage. Physics is discontinued that we know of.
Okay.
And I went on a Reddit page to look about what people were thinking about physics, and everyone said that it tasted like crap.
wow.
So it was just like fizzy yogurt.
Yeah, it was carbonated yogurt. That was like, yeah.
I love that this wasn't like. I mean, I would have thought it was hilarious if it was like it's like the Powerpuff Girls working late in the lab and by mistake adds the secret
Chemical X.
adds the dry ice to the giant pot of yogurt that's in the lab for some reason. I also love the fact that this is like an intentional experiment. And that he like woke up in a cold sweat one night. Like, what if we carbonated yogurt?
Honey, I got it. Go back to bed.
This is the one.
Yeah, I feel like if you're putting dry ice into yogurt, you're not going to be sleeping in a bed with someone else. Just gonna say that.
Honey, hold this real quick.
Apologies to the family of what was his name?
Lynn Ogden.
Lynn Ogden.
Which does sound like something out of like a Honey, I Shrunk the Audience or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Like like the dad professor who's always like inventing something in the basement, but he's kind of clumsy.
I taped a fork to the cat. Now we can. Yeah.
Now we can what? Finish that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes. Carbonated yogurt does kind of sound like one of those inventions like spray on shoes.
Yeah.
Would be like.
It also sounds like something that a 4-year-old would be like, I invented this.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
That's great.
You just put a bunch of condiments in the same bowl. That's all you do.
Ranch up. Oh my god.
It's like when you put someone
Ranch
eats.
up.
Are you aware
Eric
of Ranch
Andre?
Up?
I'm aware of Mayo
is that?
Ketchu.
I mean, I can get what it is.
That was at like the Wednesday night musical thing at the church that we didn't go to, but our friends went to. We're like,
Right.
Every night at dinner, it's like chicken nuggets and French fries, and then
Okay.
we'd be like, "Oh my gosh, look at this, guys! We mixed the ranch and the ketchup, and it's Ranch Up." And that was like, it's weird because I've met multiple people who also invented that in elementary school. So
What a world.
I don't know.
If someone said they had Ranch Up, I would tell them to talk to a doctor.
Me and some friends we made Wonder Dip, which was taking the queso from Armadillo Grill and just dumping in the lettuce, tomato, and
That sounds amazing. Shout out to Armadillo
it was
Grill.
actually pretty good. Pretty good.
Armadillo Grill, one of the best restaurants in the area. Please sponsor us. Or give us free food. We will do anything. I love you, Armadillo Grill.
So good.
I've got the call from Armadillo Grill. They want to talk to you, Brent.
Hello? Mr. Armadillo? Mr. Dill?
May I speak to Mr. Grill, please?
Oh my gosh.
Let's go into this. Okay, so Armadillo
Please,
Grill, who don't
Mr.
know,
Grill was my father.
Armadillo Grill is essentially like a really good Tex-Mex restaurant.
A really good.
Really good.
Oh,
really
I'm
good.
sorry. I'm just. It's
I know you're the linguist
it's
here.
taken
okay?
over everything.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
What were you gonna say?
One time, I'm not sure. This is one of those things where I'm like, this fits so well. I think I'm fabricating the memory, but I think it happened. I'm pretty sure I put Pop Rocks in yogurt before.
In Gogurt or just yogurt?
Just yogurt. But like,
Okay.
that reminds me of the carbonated thing. I remember it was like really lame. It sounded cool, and then you're just like, okay, it's already fizzed out by the time you eat the yogurt. But
That does sound cool. But it didn't end up being as good as you might have thought.
Well, I'm glad you said that.
it wasn't
Abby,
a hit.
because I was gonna save this maybe for its very own episode, but believe it or not, this is something that I have loved to say, and I can't believe we get to say it on the podcast. So, for Dairy Queen, when they did the Blizzard for its 16th year of having the Blizzard, they did a thing called the Sweet 16, where they brought 3 new flavors in as part of their exciting new Sweet 16. The 3 were Baby Ruth, Mocha Chip, and Grape Kool-Aid with Pop Rocks.
What?
This is not a joke. This is real, and they sold it.
Oh my gosh.
Did you ever have one?
No. That sounds disgusting. But
That sounds as bad as putting cereal in yogurt.
But when I looked up
Oh, got 'em.
like the ads for this on YouTube, all the comments were like, "Bring it back! It was so good."
Really?
Yeah, apparently it was amazing. But grape Kool-Aid, like ice cream mixed with Pop Rocks, does not sound appetizing to me.
No.
I'm just wondering, like, how the Pop Rocks comes through. Like,
I don't know.
I'm
I think
more
they mix
concerned
it
about
in.
the
They
grape
but like,
mix in M&Ms.
but like, what does that do? Wouldn't it? I'm imagining it would dissolve.
People just want to be able to make like a lean smoothie.
I'm not going to Dairy Queen for a lean smoothie after I need a post-workout
No.
shake.
What's that? There's
that
like
grape
like lean is that thing.
Oh
Am I the only one who knows about lean? Is like
Oh, you're talking
Like,
about? Oh,
yeah, like they take like an entire bottle of like grape cough syrup.
yeah. It's
Oh.
like
People get like high off
yeah,
of it.
it's like a
Purple drink.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about with lean. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh my goodness
It's basically
gracious.
just like drinking. It's just drinking NyQuil, basically, and mixed with Kool-Aid. Isn't that right?
Yeah,
Or do
so
you mix
they-
Xan with it?
Sounds lit.
Like Xanax.
I don't know, man. That sounds like
Disclaimer PSA. Please do not take prescription drugs recreationally because they will ruin your life. Thank you.
We had a lot of fun on the podcast tonight, but, but we want to make sure that you know at home.
Oh, Michelle Obama. What do you have to add?
I thought she just talked about vegetables.
Every year.
Every year.
Everyone. Oh.
What if I told you?
Oh my god.
Drinking a bottle of NyQuil.
Did you guys ever had, because I want to talk about some of the other YoPlay sort of kids items, did y'all ever have Trix yogurt?
Yes.
I think so.
Does that ring
Once
a
or
bell?
twice. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, we
Yep.
had that.
Oh my
I
goodness.
completely forgot about
Whereas
that.
the idea is
of
that they would blend the two flavors, so when you opened it up, it would
Yes.
have like almost a swirl.
Yes.
looking
I
feel.
remember it tasted so fake.
Well, yeah.
Like
I mean,
it just tasted like sugar
So this one on the
mixed
picture I
with
have,
like
And the
navy
problem
milk.
is-
it's strawberry punch and watermelon burst are the two flavors that are mixed together.
That's bizarre.
It's basically just a dessert. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's just Trix. I think they're just taking like part of the Trix cereal and then blending it together. But that's another one that I definitely remember having as a kid. Definitely as a snack, as a dessert. Excuse me.
Totally forgot about
And
that.
but that's also made by YoPlay, the same people who make Gogurt, and I think it's still around. I thought it had been discontinued, but everything I read said that it's still around. But I haven't seen it at any of my local grocery stores. So, just something I thought. But the other one I wanted to mention was the other direct competitor that the direct competitor with a different company against Gogurt was Danimals. Do you guys remember the Danimals?
Oh, yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
the
yeah.
commercials for those.
Mm-hmm. Just in general, or was it like
I remember like the crushable thingies. I don't know.
the like smoothies?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, Danimals are the like drinkable
Yeah.
yogurt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm pretty sure they started out as just yogurt.
Yeah, I think they also had crushable yogurt cups. Because I remember seeing that, and then I tried it with the YoPlate ones, and it didn't work. But
Right.
I made it work.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they make like normal
I don't need a spoon.
normal yogurt as well as squeezable yogurt and
Right.
drinkable yogurt.
But at the same time, very much the direct competitor with Gogurt. I don't remember which one I like better. I haven't had either in a long time.
I think I prefer Gogurt for sure. Basically, just for the texture.
Maybe,
So I
that
like
might
I
be
like
right.
the more like pudding consistency.
Then like a yogurt smoothie. I can
Yeah,
understand.
then
I
like
agree with that.
then like the other one's just like
It was like
wanna-
yogurt
wannabe
flavored
s-
milk.
Yeah, it's like wannabe like strawberry milk.
Well,
Yeah.
another reason I wanted to bring up Danimals is because it also has a really creepy mascot.
It
Oh
does.
yes,
It's got like
yes.
a human monkey
Is
with a
that-
shirt.
Dan himself.
Dan, Dan the animal. Dan the Danimal. I'm not sure why it's a monkey or why he looks so creepy.
I remember that. Game.
yeah.
Yeah, not a fan of that either. But yeah, that's another just part of the whole thing.
Yogurt.
Oh,
Yogurt
Real
lore.
quick, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna mute it, but I'm gonna show you guys a Gogurt commercial from 2000,
Oh my gosh.
and so
What
it's
month
very
was it made?
2000s. No, I can play the sound, but I want you guys to pay real close attention to something in this room. There's something in the room that I want to show you guys and
Are
see.
you there?
Yes, me from when I was a young lad.
Young lad.
All right, pay close attention. We'll post this on our social media, but
I remember this commercial.
Gogurt's the yogurt you squeeze and slurp, grab and glurp. YoPlay Gogurt, the grab and go yogurt.
Is it just me or are they way longer in the commercials?
That gave me I remember watching that commercial on TV, seeing that commercial so many times.
did y'all notice that there's a stripper pole in the room?
Yeah, we're not
Well,
going to talk about
so-
that.
I mean,
Is
Based
that,
on the demographic, you could call it a fireman pole.
yeah.
From where? The roof, the ceiling to the roof.
I mean, most people aren't willing to
ceiling
cut a
is the
hole in
roof.
their ceiling.
That is the top comment on this entire video, and it has like several likes.
Several.
It's like why?
I think the thing that tips it towards stripper pole and not fireman's pole is not that there's not a hole in the ceiling, like to go from one story to the other. It's that he like is spinning around it for a few
He's
seconds.
spinning around on it.
Well, how else do they afford all
Gogurt
that
makes you
Gogurt?
crazy, man.
Oh, for sure. The other one I wanted to share real quick is this is a newer one because around 2015, 2016, they did a sort of a remake of the tube themselves to make them easier because a lot of parents were getting complaints essentially that the tubes were too hard, like you would cut them open and then they would spill everywhere. So they've changed the design a little bit.
Oh, yeah, like these were just tearaway.
Right. Before you'd have to like squeeze, like basically rip it apart.
I mean, you still kind of have to rip.
Right, yeah, but they've changed it. So there was a ad campaign that was called "Kids Never Had It So Easy," and the idea of it was, I don't know how to explain this ad other than you just need to watch it explaining what it was.
I just think it's funny that yogurt in
my
a tube
gosh.
is ever considered different.
They don't know how easy they've got it.
Oh my goodness.
Gogurt tubes are easy open. Those things used to be impossible. And PE consists of sitting around on mats.
Now everybody breathe.
Hippies. What are they gonna work on tomorrow? Blinking. New easy open Gogurt. Kids never had it so easy.
So how do I explain this? So how do I explain this ad?
There's two kids, but they're old men, or they're the old men that are still kids.
So they're fourth graders.
And they're
who are
boomers.
these kid actors are dressed as old people, so they're like in fourth grade, but they have old makeup on and like a walker, and they're walking around their school explaining how kids have it so much easier than they used to because Gogurt changed the tubing. Mm-hmm. I mean, I went to business school, but I would probably say this might not be the best ad campaign. If I was a kid and I saw that, I'd be like, what happened to those children?
I mean,
My
they also
granddad looks
called
way
breathing
older than those
exercises.
First they had a
hippies.
stripper pole, and now they...
Oh my gosh.
Kids never had it so easy. You know what we had to do for our Gogurt back in the day?
Oh my gosh.
That took a turn.
Oh my gosh.
So some other so other things that Gogurt has done and some Gogurt products. They have Gogurt Dunkers, which is essentially like almost like an animal cracker type cookie that you dip in Gogurt. Hang on, I can show you.
Sort of
what
like
it
a
looks
Dunkaroo kind of.
Dip in
Yeah, it's a lot like a
Gogurt?
Dunkaroo. Yeah.
They look pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. One of them is like it's a vanilla Gogurt and you dip with a chocolate cracker. Some other flavors that they have now, they have the Jolly Rancher Gogurt. So that's a watermelon and green apple, so it's going to be a little bit more sour. One that I'm not so sure... Oh, they have a Sour Patch Kid one. That sounds pretty good as well.
I feel like they have Jolly Rancher like everything at this point.
Pretty much. The other one that I'm not so sure about is they have Gogurt Hershey's Cookies and Cream. I don't know how I feel about that. Is
Honestly,
that just
I could see that.
being good?
No, I don't like it.
She can literally see it on your screen.
Like, I
was
can see
confirming
it
her gift of sight.
working if it's something that, if you like that sort of thing.
Right.
I don't personally like the Hershey's. Again, like I said, I
Hershey's
do not.
and cream?
I do not
Don't like that
view
either.
anything that is
it's
white is
crazy.
not chocolate. Like that's
You like it?
lying.
The cookies and cream Hershey bar?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
Like,
never had
like
it.
I don't mind it, but I would always give them to Declan for his actual chocolate.
Who's Declan?
My brother.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Just for people who don't know.
Everyone should know that. It's written all over my face.
Y'all got anything else?
It's the only thing on your Wikipedia page.
Yes.
Y'all got anything else? Because I have a few more things, but I didn't want to keep talking. Unless you guys had anything else you wanted to mention about Gogurt.
Hit us with it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
All right. I just make sure everyone else is. So
Nah,
talking
man,
about,
this is so
talking about the
lame.
health of Gogurt. Gogurt is definitely not the most healthy.
What?
The number one ingredient is
You
low
sure?
fat milk.
Okay, off to a good start.
Followed by just sugar and
There
then
it
high
is.
fructose corn syrup,
Well,
which is pretty much everything.
You had us and you
Right.
lost us,
They're-
They're
Gogurt.
doubling up.
Especially in
on
America, it feels like all of our sweets are basically made with high fructose corn syrup. That's
Yeah.
definitely sad thing of it. So because of this, Gogurt made something called Simply Gogurt. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, that was so perfect in so many ways. Just go, Bert. Oh, let's just
If
bask
only-
in that for a moment.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm so
Okay.
proud of you.
Can I do a rewind real quick?
Good.
Leave it in. Leave it in, Jonathan.
Cut this out, Jonathan, when you're editing the pod. So anyway, Simply Gogurt is supposed to be like the healthy organic, well, not organic, but the healthy version of it. Let me show, so the idea of it that it's just be one flavor instead of the other ones. So
Less sugar.
Because sugar's
less
complicated.
sugar, no high fructose corn syrup, and no added color are the
Yeah.
two big differences.
Yeah.
So the idea is get a little bit healthier.
Un-American.
What?
Everything's supposed to be full of sugar, as
And red
brightly
40.
colored as possible. It should look poisonous.
So the flavors for that, I believe, are mixed berry and strawberry. So one thing to keep in mind is that the Simply Gogurt, the total sugars for that will be 7 grams per tube plus 6 grams of included added sugars. Gogurt, one tube has 7 grams of sugar and plus 6 grams of included sugars. So they're pretty much the same in terms of sugar content. Just the difference of where you're getting it. So not really sure how much of a difference you're getting if you're just getting the Simply Gogurt rather than the regular kind. Pretty much the same, except for the difference being high fructose corn syrup.
Hey, man, if it's the placebo effect. If you feel like it's healthier, it won't make you fat.
That's a good point. It may be.
Yeah, checks out.
I mean,
It doesn't have to be healthy. It just has to feel healthy.
I mean, we can talk a long time, but we can about
It's all about intent.
about organic food stores like Whole Foods, for example, who have overpriced a lot of things just by adding the words organic to it. Like they've been caught several times doing that. So I don't know if saying Simply Gogurt is doing the same thing.
I mean, I
think
feel
they're
like
trying to market
everything in the
it
world.
off the same thing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You
But
can add a word to anything and charge more. That's like,
Okay.
isn't that marketing?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
just,
exactly.
That's
Toxic
business.
Toxic Gogurt.
Evil.
Late night Gogurt.
Radioactive raspberry.
Adult Gogurt. It's got
my
like tequila in it. All right.
Now,
Gogurt shots?
Now you're onto something.
Gogurt for men.
Just make it black and cheaper. The packaging,
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah.
packaging should be
what
dark.
you do is women's
and it
Gogurt
should
is
cost
$2
half.
more expensive.
Right, and it's smaller.
Make it pink.
Yeah. Well,
Oh
the
my
strawberry
gosh.
flavor, if you saw it, it's already.
That's just for girls.
Now, fun fact: you can also use men's Gogurt as shampoo.
Brush your teeth
5
with
in
it.
1. You got
Do you
your
wanna make
shampoo,
a-
conditioner.
Do you want to
Body
make
wash.
like an ad for something where it's
Toothpaste.
where it's the whole time you think it's a shampoo thing, but it ends like new Gogurt for men.
That's like a experimental
Rinse
film,
your
is
hair
what
into
that
your mouth.
I think Old Spice, didn't they do one where it's a commercial for the soap, but then it's a commercial for fruit, and then it's a commercial for soap again?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those
I just
commercials are
didn't-
wild.
I had seen the one where it was like women selecting shampoo, and it's like 3-in-1 shampoo for like dry and damaged hair, and then like men selecting shampoo, it's like a 7-in-1 for hair, body, face, car, and carpet.
Yeah.
Oh, so moving on.
Plowing ahead.
Gogurt became a side option in McDonald's Happy Meals in 2014, introducing the strawberry flavor, which is still a thing in McDonald's Happy Meals today. And that was all part of their sort of the rebranding to be a more healthy alternative to the Happy Meal that they had gone before. With that rebranding also came another scary freaking face on another logo.
yeah.
They still have this from time
They
to time.
never think about putting faces on things. Isn't always the best.
What
plan.
happened to Ronald McDonald and his gang? I mean, I know it's a clown and it's scary, but like, I love Grimace and
I really
the
don't understand
Hamburglar.
why clowns are scary.
Oh, well.
Like,
That's another podcast.
I will say, I have never.
Well,
The
then I guess
only-
you're not afraid of looking behind you.
The only thing I've ever seen that can be classified as horror is Stranger Things. So I probably
this
don't
is
have like
so
the cultural
scary.
content. That's terrifying.
This goes into something I've seen a lot. That basically in a lot of art, if you want to make something scary, you take a cartoonish character and you add just a little too much realism to the eyes and mouth.
Yes.
And it's the scariest, most uncanny thing
Yes.
you've ever seen.
Yes.
What board of directors signed on this? Like, I guess they did not have any like test groups of children.
Or adults either. They just
Put it through.
they're like, here, make this. Once you're done, put it everywhere.
How are we doing on time, by the way?
We're good.
Okay.
Good.
Like,
It's been
are we
20 years.
We're at the 55-minute mark.
All right. Good to know. So real quick, I guess just I had one thing I want to talk about, which is that Gogurt, like a lot of things by General Mills, is a product that has been used a lot for movie tie-ins. So like Shrek and iCarly was used a lot. And Gogurt is interesting because Gogurt was used as a tie-in for a movie that would be interesting for its demographic. I'm, of course, talking about the smash 2008 hit, The Dark Knight. Gogurt was used as a marketing tool for...
Can you please read off the flavors of that as well?
Okay, so here's the thing. So Gogurt was used as a movie tie-in for The Dark Knight. The Wikipedia page claims that the flavors are Joker's disappearing pencil and Two Faces Tutti Frutti.
Is there a pencil in every tube for the?
Now, for those who haven't seen,
Choking hazard.
The Dark Knight, that might be the most violent or scary part of the movie, and also Dark Knight is not a family-friendly film whatsoever. But I'm not expecting that to be. I looked to see if these were the true flavors. Wikipedia is wrong. The flavors were actually
How did that
Imagine
happen?
that.
Strawberry Splash and Berry Blue Blast.
Oh.
Because, along with Gogurt promoting The Dark Knight, they had a sweepstakes where you could find the winning tube and you could win a trip to live like Batman. And so everyone had a challenge.
In a cave?
Do they kill your parents?
So here was the sweepstakes. So here's...
Live alone in a mansion
They just-
with no adult.
They send a kid into a cave. You won!
Find some bats.
Yeah, we're gonna have dogs bite you
Oh my gosh.
and drop you off a building. Here's a rope.
You're gonna be fighting a clown for the next 40
Wear a
years.
mask.
So, there's a Batman challenge in every tube. So the sweepstakes was, the prize you can include was winning a trip to New York City. You can stay in a posh hotel. You had a butler, a limo service, and $5,000 in spending cash. Which at some point we'll definitely have to talk about some of these sweepstakes that I feel like are still around in some food stuff, but not as much as they used to be.
I want to know who
Okay,
wins
so when
them.
they say live like Batman, they mean live like Bruce Wayne.
Yes, they
Very,
don't mean,
very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to go train.
This is a horrible side of town, so
All
we're
right,
just gonna
now,
put you.
go fight crime.
Just gonna
Here's a
drop you off in the
mask.
corner.
Here's a cape.
Yeah, we'll see
We're
you in the
going to
morning.
make you train in the Himalayas.
Mask,
With
cape, military grade weapons. All right, go have fun.
Go fight Superman.
So, very odd choice of movie tie-in for Gogurt, and especially when I had first read the flavors were Joker's disappearing pencil and Two Faces Tutti Frutti. Very odd. So that kind of gave me an idea of what would be some other films that would be very odd choices for Gogurt movie tie-ins. So from that, I went ahead and made some of my own.
Oh dear.
With a little bit of Photoshop of some movies that would be very interesting to see being tied in.
Is this like Clockwork Orange or?
Clockwork Orange, yeah. That's so. Here are a few. The first one that immediately came to mind. I guess some spoilers for all these movies that we're about to say, but the first one that came to mind. Come on, freaking computer. Sorry, y'all.
Is it giving you the beach ball of death?
We have Parasite, the 2020 Oscar and Palme d'Or winning film.
Oh no.
With the flavors Park Family Peach and Bunker Berry Blast as part of the film.
Okay.
So that's the first one. Next up, of course, is Mad Max Fury Road with Lovely Day Lemon and Furiosa Fruit Punch. Lots of some flavors. I had a lot of fun doing
I love this.
Next up, of course, you have to enjoy a delicious treat from, of course, the Oscar-winning film No Country for Old Men. With Coin Toss Cantaloupe and Anton Church Cherry, everybody. The serial killer played, of course, by Javier Bardem. Of course, we have to, get a little bit more serious when we're talking about some films that might spook people. But you can't go wrong with Gogurt's The Conjuring. Of course, with Annabelle Apricot and Exorcist Elderberry.
Exorcist Elderberry.
I had a lot of fun trying to find some.
Oh my gosh, I could have done this for days.
If we want to talk a little bit, maybe more of a thriller type film, we have, of course, Gone Girl Gogurt, a little bit of more alliteration, with Missing Wife Mango and Sociopath Strawberry.
This is incredible.
And of course, the last one, this is 100% the last one. We have Zero Dark 30 Gogurt with the flavors Special Ops Sweet Apple and Osama Bin Laden Orange.
Oh my gosh.
Mommy, I want some Osama Bin Laden Orange.
Oh no.
Wow.
I can't wait to watch
work.
that movie.
Good work, Brett.
So we'll post all of these on our social media for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Osama Bin Laden Orange is definitely where we stop.
I'm pretty sure that's like a discontinued crayon color.
Oh my gosh.
Osama Bin Laden Orange. Yep. So with
Anyways.
Listen, there's no topping that.
Have a good night, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
that, anybody else got anything to add?
That was great.
No words.
All right. Well, Abby, thanks again for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for the
having
Gogurt.
Yeah,
enjoy that
well,
Gogurt.
I'm glad we have your prize. You're welcome to take that.
Terrifying Gogurt ideas that you had.
Yeah, sorry these flavors are so lame.
Hey, these ideas are free. Anyone at Gogurt who wants to take them, because I think they would sell.
Do it for exposure.
Gogurt for men with Zero Dark 30. Enjoy
my
the
gosh.
tropical taste of Osama Bin Laden Orange.
12 and 1.
And Special Ops Sweet Apple. Yours at Kroger's. But yeah,
Why
anyway.
did Kroger leave the area?
Wait, Kroger left?
All the Krogers in this area closed,
I
and
think
I
they
am
bought
so
Harris,
mad.
I think they bought Harris Teeter.
They've always had Harris.
If they bought Harris, that doesn't make sense.
No, the reason for that, okay, this is totally off topic, but the reason for that, so
Topics, who needs those?
Kroger is cheaper than Harris Teeter. They're both
Yes.
run by the Kroger company. They're both owned and operated by the Kroger
Okay,
company.
Roger, yes.
I don't know if you've been noticing that our area has been rapidly gentrifying over the past few decades.
What he means by that is that there's more expensive apartments and cupcake shops with microbreweries as
Cupcake
well.
shops. Oh, no.
Right. Everything's getting more expensive because rich people are moving in. And so they're
Rich
trying...
white people.
So they're trying
Darn
to get
them.
rid of all of the grocery stores. Basically, they're like, why would we have Kroger when we can sell stuff at Harris Teeter prices? Because that literally... There was a Kroger I went to regularly that is now a Harris Teeter.
I know which one you're talking about.
And there used to be a Harris Teeter literally 100 yards across the street.
Yes.
That has now become a Sprouts,
Yeah.
Yes.
which I do not like Sprouts. I don't know why y'all don't.
I mean, I'm not a fan of green and leafy vegetables either, but
I just don't like the layout of Sprouts. Anyway, I guess we're pretty much done, but
Well, that ruined all chances of a Kroger
I think the Kroger
sponsorship.
conversation, I feel it.
we can talk about Kroger off mic.
I just miss
Take it
Kroger.
out.
I miss Kroger so much.
Kroger so much. Well, if
It's
you
not
thought it was,
that far off topic, because we did talk about grocery stores earlier.
we did.
If you buy enough Gogurt, Kroger will come back.
I don't believe you, Jarrett. You're a
I'm
liar.
not sure that's how economics works.
Is it?
If you didn't think it was possible to talk about Gogurt for over an hour, you've been proved wrong.
Did we really talk? Yes, we were on topic the
We
whole
stayed
time.
on topic.
We only
I'm
talked
hey,
about Gogurt.
We stayed on topic more than I thought we would.
Yes, definitely.
But thanks so much for listening. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram with the handle Most Extreme Pod. And if you have any questions and any Gogurt ideas, please send them our way at mostextremepodcast@gmail.com.
Gogurt.
Gogurt, it's delicious. That's all I have.
Lose the spoon.
See you next time.
Bye.